like Antonio Pierce, head coach of the Raiders, could be working for the free ball this season. He says Antonio Pierce faces civil judgment totaling $28 million. Let's check this out. Um, when investments turn into liabilities, there it goes. So let's get through it. I don't know why this keep popping up like Jesus. Okay, a slow time stories go. This potentially is a doozy. Via Sean Reed at athletic.com, recent bankruptcy filing by Jocelyn Pierce indicates that her husband, Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce, is financially responsible for $28 million in civil judgment. All right. It says, citing a document obtained by athletic.com, Reed explains that the bankruptcy filing includes a statement from Jocelyn Pierce that creditors have attempted to collect assets belonging to the couple. Nissan Motor Acceptance Corporation has $23 million judgment, and Hyundai Capital America has a $4.5 million judgment. According to the filings, both recently attempted to garnish Antonio Pierce's wages with the Raiders. That sparked the bankruptcy filing. Jocelyn Pierce has until July 12th to accurately gather all information concerning community property and attending to her home and children. The judgment apparently traces into an investment made in the car dealership during the 2010s. Personal guarantees apparently were made by Antonio Pierce. When the business in which he invested defaulted on their loans, the lenders obtained judgments against those guaranteed debts, including Antonio Pierce. It's unclear why Jocelyn Pierce filed for bankruptcy if, as it appears based on the reporting by Reed, Antonio owes the money. So at the end of the day, that's a great point. Something isn't adding up. Because if she filing for it, then that means she must be responsible for the money. But they married, so I guess their assets are one. So she's filing. So why isn't he filing? So it's rare, if not unprecedented, for NFL head coach to be entangled in legal issues and telling alleged debts of that magnitude. Although bankruptcy laws will afford some protection, the situation quickly can become a major headache that won't make his first season in NFL coach as head coach any easier. So at the end of the day, we trying to figure out like why is she filing though? If he owed the money, then it must have been her. It must have been her business idea, and he must have just gave her the money. Like, here, go do your thing, and then she got in trouble. But I don't know, man. Let me do a little bit more deep diving. But like I continue to say, man, they already got a target on his back. They already got a target on dog back. So it says wife filed for it. Keep saying his wife. So maybe she's trying to protect him. So let's see if we can figure some things out here. So it's saying the filing's Pierce results request an extension of time and file documents. The debtors quickly and little preparation. So I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know what the hell going on. This is something that you don't even need in your first year. It's funny, brothers get opportunities and shit, man. Then all this shit come out of nowhere. Okay, here we go. So here we go. Get some information. Here we go. So it says the Raiders Pierce wife files for bankruptcy over $28 million judgment against the Raiders coach. Now, in the original headline, what's so funny? The headline to say something else. We click on it, but it said the wife of the coach Antonio Pierce filed bankruptcy this month in an effort to protect her assets and those of the marital community, according to documents reviewed by the Journal. Filing indicates Jocelyn Pierce made bankruptcy petition through the U.S. Bankruptcy Court in Arizona, where she is listed as a resident at the car dealership in which her husband had invested in and was listed as a guarantor, hopefully a grantor, of loan default on the judgment in 20. So she's protecting her assets. Jocelyn said in the filing her husband post-retirement echoes all the familiar stories for professional athletes. He said, quote, in 2010, Mr. Pierce was convinced to invest in the car dealership that claims, despite his role as a mere passive investor with no oversight or management of the business affairs, Pierce was asked to sign various documents. Although the debtors has no direct knowledge of the event, personal guarantees were later produced bearing Mr. Pierce's name. When several of the business defaults on their loans, the lenders obtained judgment against the businesses and Mr. Pierce as the guarantor. Goslin Pierce goes on to claim the documents that she personally did not sign any guarantee on the loan and request additional time to produce required paperwork because she was forced to hastily file the claim to protect her assets, those of the marital community, from Mr. Pierce's judgments and creditors. She said the move was a necessity when she learned that two large creditors attempted to satisfy their judgment from against the marital community and trying to garnish Antonio Pierce's wages. The claim was granted by the courts, which was ruled good cause, as is to extend the deadline to July 12th, right before training camp. Nissan Motor, we already read that. So basically, she did that to protect herself, and protect, at least for them, if they come for him, they get his shit. But whatever she has or whatever they got, them. She did that for them to protect them. So you know, so but that is what it is. That is what it is, man. At the end of the day, bro, you gotta read the paperwork. You gotta read the paperwork. You gotta read that paperwork. If you don't read that paperwork, that's how they get you. And next thing you know, he's the you solely responsible. You sign some shit. That's how they get you. That's why you gotta know what the hell you signing. You gotta know what you signing. And they didn't. He didn't. He got finessed. But that story of many athletes. Thought it was passive, and they passed all that debt on your ass. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Check out the NFL playlist. Check out the music entertainment playlist. Hit the link tree. Check out the Patreon. Find me on Spotify, Instagram, X, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. I'm literally everywhere. Rumble, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.